i2i Ventures is an early stage venture fund. We look at high growth opportunities in the Pakistan tech and tech enabled space. We're investing at an early stage at seed and pre-seed and up to Series A level. Our goal is really to help companies that have shown some traction but have not yet become scaled. So they're on the path to scale, but they haven't actually got to that as yet. So we do need to see some traction. So we're not usually going to be the first check ever that somebody has raised, at least not from an institution. But we do come in at an early level. We look at investing anywhere between $150 to $300,000 to $400,000. So it is very early stage, but it's also post a little bit of traction, a little bit of business model being proved. So we really want to work with founders on their vision and helping them execute that. What that ends up meaning is that we bring resources where we can, we tap into our own networks, we look at our own experience in terms of how we can help these founders. We found very often in Pakistan, growth becomes difficult for startups, and that's where we want to come in and help them unlock that growth potential so that they can continue to get bigger and bigger. We're starting to see a lot of on-demand services coming in, a lot of people coming into the gig economy. So it's really interesting to see how that is being leveraged. Aside from that, I think health tech, ed tech, travel is starting to pick up as well. And we're also seeing some interesting plays coming in terms of like marketplaces across the board. So those are some things to look out for. So I would say start off with people who you trust around you. If you can have co-founders, nothing like it. But get into something that you're passionate about. See if your idea has legs. Very often we see people say कि मेरे पास एक idea है, लेकिन they haven't really figured out वो idea market में कैसे जाएगा. So once you start from the idea, then get to the next stage of how are you going to get that to market. Do a little bit of testing. A lot of times getting some market validation does not need money. Unless you're manufacturing something, you can get started. If it's a service, try and bring the different parts together, see if it actually works. Once you have a little bit of market validation, that's when you can start saying, okay, now I'm going to set this up as a business and really start putting time, energy, money, and effort into it. Yeah, so I think one of the things that I would say as an advice is that get to the point quickly. So rather than explain to me what the issue is, whatever, tell me what you're doing first. Then tell me why I should be excited about it. So what is the size of the opportunity? How are you getting there? What is this? What's in it for me in terms of where this is going? And I think the third thing would be, what are you looking for? Sometimes startups have conversations with investors, but they don't really understand what the investor does. They don't understand what they want out of it. So I would say be clear about what you want from the investor. You will stand out if you're very clear to me and you say, this is how much I need, this is what I need it for, and this is why I think we're going to be a good partnership together. I think these kind of events are great because they're able to not only allow people that are in the local market to engage with each other, but also international players, right? I think what's also great is that when people have a perception of Pakistan, they don't expect this much activity to be happening in the startup space. So I think it's a good eye-opener for them as well. And I think thirdly, for us as investors, it's a good opportunity to meet with startups. We've been doing office hours at Startup Grind. We also did them at 0 to 1 last weekend. And it's a good opportunity for us to engage with entrepreneurs and startups directly as well. And I think it's basically, at the end of the day, it's a sense of community. So we come here, we're in the community, everyone's playing a different role, but there's a lot of information exchange, and there's a camaraderie. We're all in this together, and we're really building something positive. So there's an excitement around it as well.